Call in order the City of Cape Canaveral's Community Appearance Board meeting of July 17th, 2019. Patsy, please call the roll.
Bob Neenstadt,
Present.
Elena Whitehead,
Present.
Randy Wasserman.
Present. Thank you, Patsy, I appreciate it. Normally, we'd have to swear in anyone who's going to speak on behalf of an application. I know that, knowing that item 3, the Baywater Townhomes, has been pulled from the agenda, do we need to still swear in? Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so if you plan to speak on behalf of an application this evening, please raise your right hand and stand if possible.
You swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I do.
Thank you, I appreciate you doing that, and I thank you, Deborah. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from our last meeting of May 29th, 2019.
I move that we approve those minutes.
I second it.
Okay, there's been a motion to approve the minutes from the May 29th meeting. It's been seconded. Any questions about the minutes from the audience? Any questions, comments from board members? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the meeting minutes from the last meeting are passed. So that brings us to item number 2, the wall mural at 7300 North Atlantic, just down the road there. And I think we have Ms. Brenda here to
Correct.
give us a staff report on that application.
You guys ready? All right. So this is a level 2 review for the use of a wall mural at 7300 North Atlantic Avenue. The application is at the City Recreational Complex. I would hope everyone's familiar with that. The mural is the first commissioned mural for the city, and it commemorates the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. The project will serve as a capstone of the city's Summer of Space celebration that we've been doing on social media and the weekly update and in other outreach activities. And it's part of our continued effort to enhance the cultural landscape within the city through civic scenery. And I'll just also note that we just recently did another civic scenery project where we did some traffic boxes. Okay. City Code 94-6 establishes that a mural must receive approval from the City Community Appearance Board, and a mural is defined as a painting or artistic work composed of an arrangement of color that displays a commercial or non-commercial message. Some of the criteria include the setting, landscape, material, colors, texture, all the things you guys generally look at, and generally looking at the structure and making sure that everything's in harmony with the future development that we might have within the city. The proposed mural is consistent and compatible with the intent and purposes of the article, and it's located on the north wall of the existing racquetball court fronting Taylor Avenue, and I'll go through the presentation in a minute. And it includes a depiction of the artist's expression of the Apollo 11 lunar mission. Staff is recommending approval, and I will let the applicant, Molly, speak if you guys have any other questions. I can tell you guys a little bit about the muralist. His name is Jonathan Arango, and he's done a lot of exhibitions in Miami, West Palm, and other cities within the state of Florida. And it seems like he's been pretty active in Florida in general. He has a BFA in graphic design and art, and yeah. And I think we also, how many did we have total that we put up for the?
We had 5 submissions total.
Right. And we engaged the community and allowed them to choose, and so this was the one that got the most votes. All right. So this is the recreational center. So you can see that north of it is Taylor Avenue, and then to the west is A1A. And we've got a view from Taylor Avenue pointing toward State Road A1A. Another close-up of the wall. And this is from, which direction is this from, actually?
It's looking southeast.
Okay. And then this is the mural that was chosen. And then we also have a conceptual kind of rendering of what it could look like, or what it would look like on the wall. And that's it.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Brenda. I appreciate that thorough report. Just a couple things that jump to mind. Typically, murals usually look fantastic. And this one's, you can say, I really like this one. Of course, working down the road at NASA, we're doing a lot right now, gearing up for the 50th anniversary events, and there's a whole schedule of commemorations and celebrations. So it's definitely very fitting for the 50th summer. So I presume the city will be committed to maintaining the mural should over years it need touch up and whatever else it might need to keep up a proper appearance.
I think that's the expectation, yeah.
Okay. And the other question that comes to mind when we've had these spacing murals occasionally in the past, and that is regarding the use of an astronaut likeness. Mm-hmm. Is there any particular astronaut in general that is depicted?
I'm going to defer to Molly for that.
Yeah, he didn't specify anything specific.
Okay. I would just recommend that, there's thousands of images from Apollo program and, of course, Apollo 11 even. So I would recommend circling back with Mr. Arango to see if there is any depiction of a particular astronaut that we check with the astronaut or the KSC protocol office just to make sure, because we want to avoid issues in the future. The astronaut likenesses can get tricky just because they often aren't especially for deceased astronauts. The families might own rights to an image if it's supposed to be an astronaut, or if an expert could reasonably depict that's a particular astronaut. I don't see a name on the helmet or anything. I don't see anything like that depicted in the mural, but I would just circle back to make sure that somebody might not recognize this as a particular astronaut.
I'm pretty familiar with the arts law regarding that, and so my advice, because I've been questioned by several staff members and others that have said, oh, that looks like so-and-so, and I'm like, I don't believe that any likeness to a specific person was intended, but I will verify with the artist that any likeness is purely coincidental.
Okay, and again, too, I just, I think I would recommend that the city just circle back to you can just contact the Kennedy Space Center main number, and they will point you to who you need to, just in case there's any questions about the image at all. I'm as sitting here as a community appearance chair, I love the image, but just what I know about the use of astronaut likenesses, you got to just be careful with that.
Absolutely.
Any questions and comments from board members?
Looks good.
I love it. It looks great.
Okay. Yeah. How long is it expected to take once it's authorized?
We are going to shoot for an August 30th completion date so that we can unveil it at the September Friday Fest,
Oh, okay.
because September will mark the end of our Summer of Space
Very nice, very nice.
for this year.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that the Community Appearance Board approves the mural here as depicted and presented, with the recommendation that the city does contact the artist and do due diligence in regard to any particular astronaut depicted, as well as Kennedy Space Center offices, just to run it by them.
I second it.
All right, there's been a motion to approve. It's been seconded. Any additional questions, comments from those present, board members? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Nothing opposed, so thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to be here this evening.
Thank you.
And you're welcome, thank you. Good luck with this. It looks like it'll be a fantastic addition to the city.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else to pass along in terms of current news, Brenda? I mean, we're done with the agenda items.
I can't think of anything at the moment. I think last time I was here that we talked about, we were undergoing a resiliency assessment, so we're expecting to have that unveiled to the public and the members of boards and council, hopefully next month. Don't hold me to that, but that's what we're shooting for.
Okay.
And then, so we might have some changes that come out of that, but it's all in the works right now, so that's kind of it right now. I don't know if Molly or Josh has anything else that they can think of that's notable coming up.
Hello, Board. Community Services Director. If you haven't met me or seen me at an event, website, Public Works, all wrapped under one. The new website launched over the weekend, so that's the biggest thing I can think of. So new website launching in line with all the BSNA, site improve, accessibility projects. There's just a lot going on technology-wise, so you'll see a lot of changes on the website through how we're communicating to people. So just that's changing a lot. So someone might ask you, or you yourself might be like, how do I get around on this now? Because it's changed big time, complete facelift. So any questions or thoughts, please direct them to staff. We're doing our best to get all the information out there on every channel we can, and then jump to new channels as they, are invented. Nextdoor, Snapchat, all the other fun stuff. So we're doing what the community wants us to do as far as communication and trying to reach out in every possible way we can. Summer of Space stuff has been a huge hit, and like Molly said last night at the city council meeting, we're going to try and do this every year. It became a proclamation. So Summer of Space will continue from, I guess, here on out. So June to September.
Well, that's great to hear. There's, with the increased launch pace at the Eastern Range here in the last several years, you're bound to have a launch or two or maybe more every summer. So that's good news.
That's all I have. Unless you have any questions about utilities, infrastructure.
No,
Other
just
than that-
keep them coming, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Keep it clean.
No, so do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second it?
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.